Hey everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Minor League Esports brought to you by APM Music. I am your host, Fresh, joined here by my co-caster, Goosen, and we have something for you. Goosen, you go ahead and tell them about it, because I'm so excited. I'm going to let you handle it.
So today we got a Foundation League match. It's 3, so it's standard. We've got DeBomb, Albino SQ, and Chaos on the Knights, facing off versus our Lightning players, which is going to be Zaz, FBS, T Over Gaming, and the Vengineer?
The Vengineer.
Vengineer? I don't know. I love it. I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing that for this entire series, but I'm having a great time doing it. But let's see. It's going to be an interesting series because we've got the Lightning are coming in with a 4-2 win series record, and the Knights are tied 3-3 in their series record. But the Lightning got, 20 wins to 10 losses. Knights are sitting on 12 wins to 18 losses. So this is going to be interesting. We've got a couple powerhouses coming from each team, a couple of low cells on each. So we're going to see where these mistakes happen and who can capitalize the most.
Yeah, gotcha. And there's one player that I'm looking forward to seeing. It is Zaz. Now, Zaz just told us Zaz is in a unique situation. Zaz is playing from Egypt right now. The Wi-Fi there is great because he's only got 140 ping, but we're going to see how that affects the series. But I don't know the player personally, but if that's where they're playing from normally, like if they are a player that is genuinely from Egypt playing in minor league esports, first of all, that's amazing because we love to see the inclusivity from players all around the world. But second of all, he's also their highest statistically rated player, like overall. He is the leader in Sprocket rating, MVPR from Amelia, four-man's rating, offensive index, defensive index, etc., and win percentage at an 87%. Zaz does not like to lose, and so he's going to be an absolute heavy hitter tonight for the Lightning, and we're going to have to see if the Knights can keep up with that.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a great matchup, and I can't wait to get into it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a head-to-head showcase of Albino SQ and Zaz going together. Each of the teams tonight putting their best foot forward to get these wins because they're right on the verge of each other. They're very, very close in the leaderboards. So this match is really going to decide to either put one really far up and one really far down, or they might switch places a little bit. But we're getting really close to playoff territory here. These are the last matches before the division. We return back to division play before that. Zaz coming in right off the bat, 6 seconds into the game. Zaz goes and puts one in off the defender to give the Lightning an early 1-goal lead.
I gotta say that's a fantastic start, an absolutely fantastic start. I mean, shots in, shots on, already in a matchup and already producing on the scoreboard. I gotta say, I love to see it.
Already off to the right here, the Vengineer gets it off the ceiling and down. Facebook's Over Gaming has that over there. He misses. Vengineer is up, but he can't quite get to it. Albino knocks it to the corner. Albino here trying to get a touch. Bomb taking control of it, trying to keep on with a nice little flick off the wall. Got it over the two defenders. It's open in the net. Albino puts it off by accident, and Bomb there is in the corner with him. The Knights are very, very awkward, like a 7th grader at a middle school dance, as the Lightning get it cleared. It's down in the corner now. Albino's getting ready to challenge this. Facebook beats him off the backboard. Chaos beats the first shooter, Zaz. Bomb is up in the midfield, gets it down into the Lightning corner. Vengineer here trying to get control over it, having to put it back across his own net. Very dangerous territory as Albino SQ comes and knocks it in. Stover Gaming here has it here, trying to get a touch on it, but he gets 50'd off the backboard. And Zaz elects to wait patiently and let Vengineer take a touch. Bomb here has it in the midfield, gets an awkward touch down to the corner. Trying to get control of it, but Stover Gaming takes it away, bounces it off the ceiling. 50 here between Zaz and Albino in the corner. Albino here puts it to the midfield, takes it down. He doesn't quite have enough boost here. Chaos reads that off the defender, off the post. And the Knights almost answer immediately on that goal to come back. 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock now. And the teams, they're just kind of feeling each other out initially.
Gotta say, it looks like a lot of racing for that ball, trying to get the first touch. Trying to stay away from the double commits, but each team is kind of making them, and they're getting these fantastic saves from Bomb here. But just as I say that, the Vengineer slips one past all of the defenders, puts another goal in, 2 goals up with 3:25 left, just extending the lead.
I'll give credit to Stover Gaming there for getting the bump on the goalkeeper. Albino SQ did make it back to goal in time to save that, but Stover said, nope, not in my house. and threw him out to the top of the box, making sure he couldn't make that save. Zaz coming in, getting a touch into his own corner. Bomb trying to get control of it, but he doesn't have any boost to make a play. Engineer gets a touch off the sidewall up to Zaz, who's going to pop it high. Chaos reads this, tries to get it off the backboard. Bomb gets a touch out to the top of the box. Engineer tries to get there, but he can't. And now the Knights are coming back on an odd man rush. An awkward flick there from Bomb. Loses the ball to the Lightning. Back to the mid-third we go. Albino here has it in the Lightning corner, trying to figure out what's going on. Bomb 50s it out to the midfield, tries to get a second touch, doesn't lose it to the defender as Facebook knocks it back across lateral. Zaz has a pass back to Stover Gaming. He puts it to Engineer. Each team is trying to get control of it, and that's something that we're going to see in FL. This is not necessarily, it is the lowest league that MLE offers, but it's not necessarily the worst league. These are the teams and players that are learning the fundamentals and the foundations of the game still. That's why it's called Foundation League. So little things here and little mistakes there are really going to cost them, but ultimately it's going to come down to who can peak the highest. Like, oh my, whoa.
Just as we say that, we get a nice little Foundation League play.
Did I just see what I think I saw?
A nice little air dribble, cross right over the defenders to put it straight under the crossbar and in to shorten that goal gap from 2 goals to 1 goal.
Oh my!
I gotta say, I love to see that down here in FL. It's these little plays, these little ticky-tack plays where they don't look like you can always rely on a player to make or to miss that shot. So when you give them too much time and space, they pull off something amazing like that.
Yeah, somebody clip that because we're going to have to watch that again on Wednesday. It's not even that it was like a flip reset double tap. It's the fact that a Foundation player pulled off a clean and controlled ground to air dribble at the top of the box to put it in. That was just absolutely phenomenal from Bomb RL. So props to him for that. We're definitely going to see that again. Engineer has it now. Pops it up in the corner. Goes for the bump on Chaos. It doesn't quite get it. The ball is headed back to the Lightning end. Stover Gaming knocks this back down to the Knights defensive third, where Bomb tries to get a touch off the corner. Facebook Stover Gaming 50s it there. Zaz gets control of it. He looks like he wants to take it up the backboard. Pops back out to Stover, but Stover elects to go back. Albino here tries to get a touch, loses it to the Engineer in his own corner. Engineer can't quite get a touch out mid. Bomb pops it up over the first shooter, and the Knights scrambling to get it out of there as they try to get a good touch on it. A little bit of an awkward triple commit there. So Albino gets a flick off the sidewall, but Engineer's there to take it back. And the rotations for the Knights on the defensive third, Goosen, they aren't looking that solid.
No, they're not. They're looking a little shaky. They're looking a little strung out on their boost usage here. Because here we're getting them on their offensive attack, and they've only got one person on it, not quite a support there, and they've already lost the ball back to on the defensive side, and hopefully they can try to find a fix for that as the series progresses. But at least they are getting these touches. They're holding the goals down to a lower number, and just as I say that, the caster's curse comes straight out as Zaz sinks another one in. Late in the game, 33 seconds left, 2 goals down. What are your thoughts when you get stuck in that situation?
This is still a winnable game. The Knights have, as we just saw, the Knights have the mechanical capacity, but they need to pick up their game speed. They need to play faster right now, and that just creeps farther and farther away from them as the Lightning start to drive this into the ground, digging the Knight's grave, just shooting at the chinks in the armor. And unfortunately, the backflip there from Bomb just cost them that goal. Is it winnable? Yes. I remember in season 13, the Lightning scored 4 goals in 18 seconds to tie a game 5 to take it into overtime for a series win. But is it likely? Probably not. But Lightning, Lightning may strike twice, but we'll have to see.
I gotta say, we're looking at a longer goal gap. 10 seconds left in this match. The Knights probably are just looking to take up any momentum they can to bring it into the next game without getting too much into their heads, trying to stay light, trying to keep the game moving forward as they're just taking all the bumps, taking the shots, keeping the ball out of the dangerous areas.
Yeah, the Lightning here are definitely the team that has higher chemistry for me. They're the team that looks a lot more refined. I'm noticing for Foundation League, which isn't typical, but I'm noticing a lot of passing plays. I'm noticing a lot of communication things where a player is on the receiving end of a touch or a ball or a pass or wherever it is that they may be, the players are where, not necessarily where they're supposed to be, because this is Foundation League. It's not until you get to PL where players are where they're supposed to be. But players are following up on the touches. The Lightning have a lot faster consecutive touches in the game. Now, obviously, Zaz is coming out and being a heavy carry, which is good. But let's not put Albino out.
Yeah, I gotta say, on the Knights here, we can't dismiss any of these players. They're all doing great. Albino's got 3 saves here. Bomb and Chaos on keys, they're doing their parts. They got shots on net, and they're getting some saves and back, so they're being more on that offensive end. Bomb figured out how to, get the ball finally past the defenders to score one. And I think if they can pick up their pace and they can fill those little bits of gaps, if they can keep all of those mistakes to a minimum, they can pull wins out here. I think this will be great.
Oh yes, the Knights have it in them for sure. But what they need to do right now is just brush off game 1, right? Game 1 is feeler game. You've played them. You've not played them before. This is an interdivisional match. So this is the only time that you're going to play them, right? This is now going into game 2 where you know how they play, you know what you're capable of, but now you need to apply both of those and kind of start working with strategy and kind of seeing what teams are capable of doing what and what players are capable of doing what, to figure out what you need to do to make some more offensive pressure happen. Because the Lightning, in game 1, the Lightning held offensive pressure for a good 60%, if not more, of the game. Because you saw the save counter on the Knights side. And unfortunately, they still lost by 3 goals. But the Knights are definitely not to be counted out yet.
Yeah. Sure, a couple of those goals were slight mechanical errors, but again, in FL, this is the Foundations. They're going to get all that sorted out, I'm sure. I think they just got to test to see what they can get away with here, as they're almost about to get the shot here as the good old Lightning get a nice pinch to the far side of the field, but they lose control. Zaz takes a shot on, but can he keep it going into the net? He pushes it in. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left, and they've already put another goal in here on the Knights.
48 seconds in, Lightning once again score first. Zaz just being there. Mind you, Zaz is playing again on 140 ping, which I can't imagine how difficult that is on an NA East server, but it doesn't look like it's phasing them at all. It does not look like Zaz is having any trouble reading touches or getting consistent touches on the ball.
Yeah, it's definitely great seeing. I mean, I can only imagine how many hundreds of hours he has put in on East servers just to get used to that type of input lag and the differential type of picture he's going to be seeing versus what's actually happening here in the server.
Yeah, Chaos here tries to get a touch out of the corner. Zaz gets a nice little touch up to the mid-third, tries to beat the last defender, but he can't. Facebook Stover Gaming has that along the backboard, goes for a backboard clear, gets one out to the corner, but Chaos is there, reads it like a book. Engineer is up, Bomb RL puts this back. Zaz tries to get it, but he can't quite get there, and Bomb puts another one in off the right wall.
See, that's what we're talking about. That wonderful offensive pressure, right when they're least expecting it, putting it up and over the defensive head. If you can keep those plays up, if the Knights can keep that going, and especially Bomb here, proving another goal in for the series.
Yeah.
If you can keep that up, they're gonna pull this forward.
Yeah, that creeping up as your last defender out of the net, leaving your net for the most part undefended in a situation like that is something that you don't want to make the same mistake twice. And so far, from what I've noticed, the Lightning seem to be a lot more on top of things as far as rotation go. You see Zaz making an early turn back to the net, knowing that ball was going to come back to him and knowing that the offensive player was going to put it right back. Here he has possession again in the left corner, trying to get it out in front of the net. Engineer comes in, knocks that in, and the clear communication there from the Lightning give them another 1-goal lead.
Yeah, this is definitely nice and high production game to try to see. And you can see Albino is almost there to get the save. But the Lightning got, or sorry, not the Lightning, the Knights, if they step up that little bit, I want to see another player here, possibly Bomb again, try to get another clip of a goal.
Near Bomb here has it off the backboard. Chaos jumped for this yesterday, puts it off the post and out. Bomb trying to keep it in, but Stover Gaming comes in, knocks it all the way down to the other end, and can't quite get another touch on it. Coming back near post, Zaz misses the ball, leaves it for Chaos or Bomb, who knocks it out to Albino. Albino's going to push this into the corner. Stover Gaming's going to pop it out mid. Bomb's going to get an awkward touch. It's floating towards the net. Everybody jumped for that. Nobody got it but Bomb. And absolutely the Bomb, I want to say the Bomb diggity, but you know what? That's another player. So just, he comes in clutch, ties up the game.
4 players in the air. 4 players in the air. I love to see that in Foundation League. When the ball jumps up and you see a bunch of Labradors, all that mentality, jump up to try to get that ball and try to get the first touch on it. And sometimes that can be more of a hindrance than a beneficial type of play, because obviously, as you saw there, it crowded the net and it forced the ball in.
Yeah, I mean, there was more excitement on that goal line than someone throwing a frisbee at a dog park. It was just absolute chaos on the back line. And learning this, especially for Foundation players, learning not to panic in those situations. And a lot of it comes from trusting your teammates. Doesn't mean you're like, oh, no, my teammate's terrible, he's not going to get this. But, you know, seeing that ball and immediately thinking, oh, I don't think he's got this, so I need to go. That's going to be the death of you. Sharing the ball time and sharing the touches are going to be good, the marks of good foundational teammates. So Stover Gaming's going to put this out to the mid-third, but Albino's going to knock it right back to the Engineer. He's going to keep on it. Bomb's going to knock it back straight to the Lightning end. Zod's going to put it into his own corner. Goes for a double off the wall. He got a lag touch there. I'll call that as I see it. Stover Gaming passes out to Engineer, puts it off the sidewall, tries to get another touch, gets dunked by Albino. But Stover Gaming comes in, puts it on net. Chaos makes the save. Stover indirects it out to the mid-third. Zaz gets demoed by Chaos, who grabs the corner boost, trying to put this mid, but he 50s it back out to the mid-third instead. Zaz can't quite get there. Stover Gaming here, trying to get it on top of his car, dribble it around the defenders, gets 50'd by Chaos there, and Engineer puts it back down center. Zaz is looking for a shot, can't quite get there as the ball wasn't in front of the net and ends up just killing it on the post. Here Zaz gets bumped by Albino, can't get a good touch. Bomb's trying to get a solid hold on it. Can't quite make anything of it though. Engineer pops it out middle. Stover jumps for this, puts it off the backboard. Nothing quite comes of it. In the Lightning, putting on a lot of offensive pressure, trying to regain that lead they once had. An unfortunate double commit there gives Albino an open net, but he misses it just wide.
I gotta say, there it is. Bob puts another wonderful shot straight from the air, down and in and onto the net.
I don't know why it happened. Like, literally, I'm like, oh, he ain't got this. I'm going to throw it to my guy because I've been talking for 2 minutes straight. No, Bomb's just going to curse me and prove me wrong and score literally 3 seconds after I tossed the mic. But it's all right. Bomb, you know, we all thought that, and like, Albino SQ is the Lightning, or the Knights, the Knights' most statistically highest rated player. But it seems to me like Bomb RL tonight is the carry.
I gotta say, Bomb is a 10 sal. Albino's sitting in a solid 7, but Bomb is a 10 salary. So I guess when it comes to something a little bit more mechanical, hopefully when it comes to be the most important type of play, he can pull through. And so far, in this game at least, he has shown that that's definitely a role he can fill. But as the ball drops here at the end of game 2, Knights tie the series 1-1.
Knights do tie the series 1-1. They brought it back. Bomb doing all of the, you know, I won't say that he was carrying. He had a larger point margin, which points don't really matter. They just kind of indicate proportion of touches. But the Knights Bomb RL had 3 goals on 3 shots, so 100% shooting rating, and the assists and saves were from both of his teammates. Bomb didn't have any of those himself. So not only is he where he needs to be when he needs to be there to put the ball in the net to finish the play and see things through, his teammates are there to back him up. So you can see that they made the changes that I was talking about, being tighter rotations and tighter communication, especially in the mid to offensive thirds, learning and how to work together and to actually develop offensive plays.
Oh yeah, and they definitely put the Lightning on their heels here. They didn't have a lot of an offensive presence in the first game, but they brought it all here for the second game. And now the Lightning, they're gonna have to find a way to cope with that, to deal with it, to try to maybe pull the series back into their favor. But right now, momentum is all on the Knights. The Knights are gonna hopefully keep themselves going, charge sword first in the battle here.
Oh, they definitely are. And the other thing that I would like to note, I know the scoreboard isn't up on screen anymore, the Knights had 6 shots on goal. The Lightning had 8. But the Lightning had more saves. So the Knights were more consistently putting things on target, whereas the Knights were putting more things on target, but the Knights were quality over quantity.
Oh yeah,
they
found out where to put that ball.
Yes, the difference between shoot everything you can and only take the calculated shots is very apparent between these two teams, and you can kind of see that with the Knights and the Lightning, because the Lightning are, trying to shoot everything they can on net, which when you're down a goal or tied with a minute left, that's a viable mindset to have. But during the entire game, you kind of want to take more time and play a little more calm and calculated and get more quality touches and quality shots on the ball. And an unfortunate beat there gives Albino a nice runaway as he tries to avoid the demo. Vengineer gets knocked out of the corner. Chaos here. Demos Zaz, but he loses the ball. A double commit there leaves it open. Chaos, unfortunately, having a weird misflip. It looked like he was trying to speed flip and just messed it up. But, Chaos on keys, it wouldn't happen on a controller. Poor guy. I like to pick on M and key players because I do not understand them at all. I can understand
having more inputs to put into the game, but when it comes to a racing game, especially here like Rocket League, it's not quite racing, but still, how can anything less than a controller do you well? But I've been proven wrong. Chaos on keys, obviously, he's making it work.
Oh, he definitely is. He's putting in the effort for his team. He's definitely struggling with recoveries, but we won't talk about that. Albino here gets a 50 down back into the Lightning defensive corner. This bomb is going to try and put this off into the center. Facebook Stover Gaming is going to try and get another touch on it. Loses it there, gets 50'd off the ceiling. Bomb gets touched down in front of net, but Vengineer is there to keep it away. Zaz here has a touch, puts it out into the mid-third. Can't quite get there fast enough. And here comes Albino, loses it to Stover Gaming. Bomb is up for this yesterday. This Chaos is going to try and get it bang. Loses it to Stover Gaming off the backboard. Zaz is coming in. Gets it off the backboard again. Trying to set it up for a teammate, but he can't quite get there. His bomb knocks it all the way down to the other end. Stover's going to bang this off the ceiling and down. The Knights are going to awkwardly try and get control of it in the mid-third. An awkward 50 there. Albino's going to try and pop this up. Zaz read that, managed to get a block on it, but couldn't quite get it out of his own zone. And Vengineer here putting a stop to that. Pass out mid. Bomb has it. Vengineer doesn't know where to be. Bomb is trying to get something centered for his teammate, and Vengineer finally getting it under control, but Stover knocks it away to the mid-third. Bomb puts a shot on net, and can you say 90? Goodness, the placement on that.
That entire while there, the Knights had that ball, maybe not necessarily controlled, but it was stuck in the Lightning end. That ball was bouncing around, but just couldn't find its way past half field. And I gotta say, if you keep shooting time and time again, eventually it's gotta go in.
Yeah, like it comes back to the same thing that we were talking about with the Lightning. Quality over quantity. The Lightning are a quantity team, and the Knights are a quality team, and that's just the way it's looking to be. And the series is tied 1-1. It could go either way. To be completely honest with you, it may be early to call, but I'm expecting a Game 4 overtime decider. Not Game 5, Game 4. I think Game 4. Game 4. And I think the Knights take this one, but that's just really early on predictions based on what I'm seeing so far. But go ahead and call me out in chat for being, overzealous or what it is. But, Bomb here has it along the right wall, grabs the mid boost, gets beat by Zaz. The Knights almost get beat, all three of them, by Zaz. Bomb is up for this, but Zaz can't quite get a touch on it. Stover Gaming tries to get there, can't quite get it. Vengineer getting a touch, going for the mid boost, loses it to Chaos in the mid-third. Bomb here puts it to the corner. Zaz gets it away from him, chases it down, but he's low on boost. Zaz manages to get it all the way down. It's rolling towards the net, but Chaos gets there first. The Knights having an awkward rotation there near post. Vengineer, last man back, has to get a touch on this. Does. All three Knights are on the backboard of the Lightning offensive side. Facebook Stover Gaming wanted to go for a ceiling shot. I know he did. I could see it in his eyes, but he couldn't pull it off. Zaz here knocks it into the corner, looking for something center and off the backboard. Bomb is up for this, gets an awkward touch off the backboard, can't keep it out. The Knights clear it away. Here comes Bomb trying to get it down away from the net. Gets it away. What a beautiful use of air roll there from the Foundation League player Bomb. That is just, he is definitely more mechanical, and Albino puts one in for the Knights. With 53 seconds left in regulation play, the Knights are looking to take Game 3.
I love to see it. Albino, the White Knight, absolutely coming in from the sky just to sink it down and home, putting 2 goals up. 53 seconds left. It's not impossible, but we'll see what the Lightning can pull out.
It is not impossible, but the Lightning definitely need to pull something out, not out of thin air, but they need to work on controlling their touches, especially Facebook Stover Gaming. That's the biggest thing I'm noticing, and it's a lot of a habit all the way up to maybe Master League, is just hitting the ball to hit the ball because it's your turn to hit the ball. Having intent and purpose with your touches is something you want to learn very early on, and honestly, it changes your whole dynamic of offense. The Engineer has it in the mid-third, grabs the mid boost, gets it over. Albino SQ gets it out mid, but the Knights stop that and knock it away. Here come the Lightning back. Stover Gaming knocks it back to his own corner for the Engineer to bang it off the sidewall. Sets it up for the Knights. Albino here has a touch, looking for a 45, gets a flick. Chaos gets a demo. Zaz can't get to it, and Albino seals the deal. And Knights are looking like that's it for Game 3.
I gotta say, that's a fantastic finish. A demo play, straight in the net, pushing all the defenders out of the way of making the, pulling a possibility of a save out of the equation. Definitely makes it easy for your teammates to put it in, but your teammates still need to get the ball where it needs to go, and Albino did exactly that.
Yeah, and mind you, on top of that, Zaz almost made it back to save that in time anyways, which is admirable in and of itself. And I have a feeling that if he wasn't playing from quite literally the other side of the planet, he might have gotten there a little sooner, and Mayer saved that. But the ability to read and know and react to that is what I want to give him credit for. I'm still managing to get back to where the ball was, just unfortunately it wasn't in time. The Lightning, we saw them come out strong in Game 1. Now at the end of Game 3, they're marching to the beat of a completely different drum. They have 2 saves and a shot, and that's all the stats they have between 3 players and 4 stats. So what do the Lightning need to do to kind of recover to look to regain Game 4?
Man, the Lightning need to pull the momentum back into their favor. If they can get the control on the ball, if they can keep it in the offensive end, if they can just keep the Knights on their toes, don't let them breathe with it for even a moment. Just keep it off of their cars. And if it touches it, 50 them right away. If they can keep that momentum up, I think they might be able to pull that not only the momentum away from the Knights, but that confidence that the Knights have going into this next game here.
Right. The biggest thing with mentality too is to not let losses get you down. Each game is a whole brand new 5 minutes. The last game is over. Fresh slate, clean whiteboard, cleaned your plate. Round 2, well, technically round 4, and here we go. The Lightning, as we said, 3 seconds into the match, and they've already got a goal. The beautiful cheat play there from Vengineer to put that in right past the Knights to give them an early lead.
Yeah, whatever their coach told them right there in between games, they said exactly what they needed to. The Lightning just came out with a completely different energy here. Zaz is already on the ball, trying to put it all the way down to the other end, trying to get another shot off. Engineer is putting all the pressure here on Chaos, and Chaos finds a way to get it past them all. Zaz now trying to defend it off the backboard. As he's going to take it slow, almost past it from the net. A dangerous play. A little double commit here by the Lightning, but they get it out of the zone. Albino going to keep it in, trying to push it down back into the offensive end. Misses the touch on it. Bomb trying to keep pressure there, pushing it back to Chaos on Keys, who's alone with it and skies it for offensive play. Engineer denies that, pushing it back onto the Lightning offensive end as it takes a nice slow roll over both of the Knights defenders, and the Knights just didn't know how to react to it. Maybe they were low on boost.
It looks like they were. There was a slight redirect there, but definitely awkward rotations from the Knights defensive end. You've got one player in the middle of the goal and one player a little bit off center facing the opposite direction of the play. Not a good look. Bomb here looking to get a touch off the backboard. The fact that he rotated his car to put that gently off the backboard, props to him for having that kind of control, especially in Foundation League. Hopefully, and I know for the Knights, the Knights are hoping to keep Bomb into roster lock because they are, if they make playoffs, they are going to need him. And I'd have to pull up the standings to look at their playoff probability, but we're definitely coming down to the wire here with the next week of play returning to divisional matchups to kind of figure out who in the division is going to make playoffs and who is not.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because that wire is coming close, and you got to squeak underneath it if you want to be able to make it now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, I think the players would like to squeak over the playoff line and not beneath it. Because I'm fairly
Right.
certain if you sneak beneath the line, Facebook's door. Oh, and he goes off the crossbar. Oh, you hate to see it. That man had 60 square meters of open net and picked the one that wasn't going to go in. That is unfortunate. You hate to see it. Zaz has it here in the corner. Vengineer gets a flick, but it's over. Nobody is one of the Knights players, so I didn't get to see who it was. Anyways, Chaos has this, knocks it all the way back down. Zaz is going to try and take a touch to control it. Gets dunked by Chaos. Vengineer is awkward, gets a touch up. Bomb gets it off the backboard. Zaz is going to get a touch over last defender. The Lightning have an open touch, and Chaos, I know what he was looking for, but that feels bad, man.
That's unfortunate. That's the Foundation League, that little bit of mechanicalness. I mean, it's degrees in that distance. A few degrees off, and it's either going in or it's going right back out.
I think the greatest thing that a higher level player ever told me when I was trying to get out of Foundation League and into now High Academy League is not every hit on the ball needs to be a flip. And oh, there we go. Chaos puts another one in. Answers back for the Knights. He put one in on the Lightning goal on his own goal by accident, and now he's going to score on the Lightning goal to get that right back and return the scoreline to where it was 18 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's definitely fantastic seeing that response time coming from a mistake. It's good not to see them just kind of give up and hang their head.
It's like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. He goes ahead and puts another one in to shorten that lead to 2. Albino SQ here has it along the wall. Facebook Silver Gaming puts a touch over, but he gets bumped by his own teammate, loses the ability to get that touch. A really shy 50 there on the back line. Bomb trying to hold on to this, but he's got no boost to follow it. Tries to grab the corner boost, but it's not there. An awkward touch there on the sidewall as he loses control. Zaz here goes for this. Facebook Silver Gaming calls him off. Chaos here has a touch, puts it off the sidewall, trying to flip to gain control of his car. Can't quite get there. Stover is trying to get this out, chases it down. Zaz tries to beat the defender, 50s it off the corner of the wall. It's down, it's up. Vengineer jumped for this yesterday, but Albino beats him on the touch, and Zaz can't quite get there. And the Knights answer back, and now they are within 1 with lots of time left on the clock.
I gotta say, for a shot that's that close when you go to jump for it at 150 ping all the way from Egypt, you gotta wonder, did he hit that on his screen?
Maybe not. I don't know, but that would be the single most frustrating thing to me as a player in the game. I would not be able to do it. It would drive me up a wall. It drives me up a wall when I miss stuff anyways, just because I'm bad. I can't imagine hitting things and the game still telling me I missed. That would no, none of that for me.
Here comes Bomb, tries to pull it out of the defensive side, try to push it down the field to get another goal, tie it up, hopefully get a game win. Bomb keeps it away from Vengineer, taking a solid shot. Chaos gets a save, pushing it back out to the middle of the field. Stover Gaming trying to push it back in, and Bomber pushes it back into the middle of the field, trying to get a shot, gets it past Zaz as it's on the backboard. Albino trying to figure out what to do here, stuck in the middle as he gets a nice 50 to keep it in the offensive end. Now Albino's trying to keep more pressure on the ball, keeping it away from those Lightning players as the Lightning come back with a nice offensive push.
Here come the Knights back the other way. Zaz is trying to get a touch around the defender. He beats Bomb, but Chaos is there. Bomb trying to get control in the mid. Vengineer says, nope, not in my house. This is mine. Takes it down to the Knights' corner. Gets 50 down off the ceiling, maybe? No? Okay. Zaz gets a touch off the backboard. Oh, he's looking to get another one. Gets another touch out center. Facebook Stover's Gaming is there. And the Lightning, the Lightning answer back very quickly, re-extend that lead to 2, and they are not letting go of game 4.
No, this is they're definitely making this into a run for the Knights here. If the Knights want to get it, they've got to rally all the troops. They've got to pull it in. They've got to make it happen, and they got to make it happen soon.
If the Knights want this game, the Lightning telling them, hey, you got to pull out all the stops and faceplant on the organ keys to make this go happen. But oh, the Knights, they are not going down without a fight. They want this so bad. They want the series win. 15 seconds left. If the Knights score, we go to overtime, most likely. If the Lightning score, it's more than likely over. But we could be seeing a Game 5 deciding a series deciding game here.
Oh, here we come in 7 seconds. The Knights have the ball. They're trying to pull it down to the far side. Chaos and Keys loses control in the air. They get denied by the Vengineer as he puts it all the way across to the backboard to kill the ball.
Shout out to the Vengineer. Wow. This man he jumped
for
that
ladder for that
yesterday. He booked that flight 3 months in advance. He had his boarding tickets ready when he went for that aerial. He did not give Albino or Bomb, the two most likely players to hit that shot, any time with it. He said, oh, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to take it from you because I know if I let you touch it, it's going to go in and we're going to go to overtime. So I'm going to jump for this yesterday, take a round trip flight, get there, take it away, and deny you that opportunity. So props to the Vengineer who top fragged that game for the Lightning. The Lightning taking game 4. So now the series is tied 2-2. The Lightning managed to hold on to that one, but the Knights, not without credit where credit is due, they definitely put up a fight still.
Yeah, I think we might see an overtime in this last game. These have all been generally very close games. Only mechanical errors are really the only thing stretching out these types of games, are just the small mistakes. But the pace has picked up. The players are rearing and ready to go. This is series win. This last game, this is what matters. This is what is going to bring home this series for the entire team, for the season record, for the team's record. I think they need it. I think they all want it.
Yeah, everybody wants it. But a 3-2 for either team is going to be a good thing. It's going to help. And you know what? For the losing team, you didn't get 4-1 and you didn't get 5-0. That's a huge thing to consider, because even though you lost this cross-divisional matchup, you still have your divisional matchups. And oh my goodness gracious me. Wow. What a play.
It's only been 10 seconds. I think the Knights might be a little bit more hungry. They might want it a little bit more here.
Yeah, they came with an absolute haymaker out of right field by Chaos there. That ball cruising at a nice 69 miles an hour, just absolutely flying to the net. The power that he had on that shot was admirable, at the very least, just right past the defender. Here comes Bomb, trying to get a touch on it. Stover's got another one there, and he puts it in, ties it right back up. Oh, this is gonna be an intense game. Bomb, unfortunately, unable to get a really solid clear on it and a follow-up touch. Nobody home for the Knights, and Stover knocks that one in.
Yeah, these teams they're all hungry. They all want it. We haven't even seen a minute of game. We've got 2 goals in. We've got players running all over the field, trying to be the first one with the ball, trying to be the first one to get that touch to put it in. Here, Albino got a touch going the wrong way, but Bomb saved him from it. Bomb now trying to pull it down to the offensive side of the field, trying to get it over Stover. Stover runs back, and Vengineer here to put pressure on him. Stover now pushing it back into the middle of the field. Albino going to collect it, pull it to the far side. Maybe looking for a play. A little bit of a double commit from Chaos, but Bomb picking it back up from the backside of the field, pushing it up to Albino. So Albino tries to get it off the side for a passing play, hopefully. Chaos Keys now pushing it out. A little bit of a weak clear straight in the middle of the field, and the Vengineer saw it and took full advantage of that play and shoved it in.
I don't think Vengineer was the one that really meant to do that. That was totally entirely Stover Gaming right there. Vengineer was just kind of along for the ride against his will. But props to Teamwork Makes the Dream Work for Stover Gaming to come in and, throw his teammate into the ball. I said, here you go, you're scoring this now, and just yeets him into the net. It works. The Lightning now up 1. Also, passing comment, Bomb, I did see your flip reset. I did not get a chance to comment on it, but I did see that you hit it, and I want to give you credit where credit is due. You did hit a flip reset, but unfortunately, it didn't do anything with it. But I did want to give you credit. Here he comes now in the corner, has a touch, knocks it out to the mid-third. Vengineer is up for this, gets a touchdown right down to Bomb. He's going to bang it off the backboard. It's not going to quite hit that corner. Bomb's going to try and get it in the top 90. Can't quite get there. Chaos is there, but Zaz makes a save. Albino knocks it back into the mid-third. Nobody's there for the Knights, though. And the Lightning regain possession and knock it down. Bomb tries to get a 50 there. Albino knocks it all the way down past the Vengineer. An odd man rush. Vengineer trying to desperately get back to net, but Albino's going to just put this in and tie the game up.
Yeah, that's fantastic to see. From the Knights scrambling to get back on defense to pushing it all the way past that overcommit that the Lightning had, just to sink another goal in to tie the game up. There's still 3 minutes to go.
We're 4 goals in, 3 minutes left in play. Like, this is anything can happen. I don't know. You called an overtime, but every minute that passes, I'm seeing it more and more likely. Neither team wants to give this up. This is down to the wire. The teams are fully set in now. They're fully settled. Hate me. It's been a very long day. I was up since 5:30 this morning fixing my car. But these teams, what I was saying is they're settled in now. They've played 4 games against each other. They know how each other play. They know how they work. So now all that's left is to see who can come up with the better plays to beat the other team. And ultimately, neither team is really coming out for me and showing that they're clearly on top right now.
Gotta say though, you can see the hunger in all of their eyes as demo after demo is happening on this field. All these bumping plays, trying to get into each other's heads, trying to frustrate each other, trying to force a mistake, just trying to get a goal in to try to get the lead and hopefully pull the series here as Chaos gets a touch over. 2 defenders racing back for the Lightning. Engineer gets back up and over, trying to force it out of his defensive side. Caught a little bit awkward here as Albino tries to take a shot, puts it off the backboard. Bomb can't quite get it in on the net. Chaos holding the control and keeping it on the offensive side. Albino going up for another aerial just to keep it on the offensive side. Now, Stover Gaming faking 2 players off of the Knights team, but Bomb trying to control it, taking it back. Stover now trying to get that shot in. Can't quite put it on as it gets cleared nicely by the Knights players.
Zaz here has a touch in the top of the box. Bomb tries to get there. He doesn't quite get a touch on it, but Chaos manages to put that in. The Knights now with 1:30 left have a 1-goal lead. A nice little shot there from Chaos in the read. The bump on the unfortunate team bump there by Vengineer on Zaz, so that Zaz couldn't make that save. You hate to see it, but I don't doubt that the Lightning will be quick to respond. They've been quick to respond this series in goals in the past, and here they come. Off the backboard, Vengineer is up. Bomb is awkward. He's got 40 boost. What can he do with it? Chaos is already up for this. Zaz gets a touch in his own half. Facebook Stover Gaming manages to get this out. Loses it to the Knights. Engineer keeps it in. The Lightning already returning with that offensive pressure that we know and love as Bomb here loses the 50 in the corner. Albino gets another touch. 4 of the 6 players in the corner. 5 of the 6 players were in the corner there trying to get content of that ball. Bomb gets dunked by Vengineer. Low on boost. Vengineer gets it out middle for Zaz. Zaz is looking for a 50. Albino makes the save. Here comes Chaos back down the right wall with Bomb trying to make something happen. Vengineer gets demoed by Bomb. And Chaos gets a touch, and there it is. Bomb puts another one in. 43 seconds left. The Lightning, it's do or die at this point. You have to put something in and quick to keep this game alive.
Oh yeah, 2 goals, 43 seconds. Will the Lightning be able to pull it back? Let's find out.
Winnable, as they say, as the kids say these days, winnable. Chaos here is up for this, and he misses it there. Zaz gets a touch. Oh, he had all the net, and he put it off to the side. You hate to see it. Engineer unable to get another touch. Albino unable to get another touch. Bomb comes in and knocks us away, but Facebook read that like a book. Zaz here has it in the corner. Tries to get a bang down the field. Beats Albino. Tries to get another touch. Beats Bomb too. Stover Gaming is there. Can't quite get a touch on it as he jumped a little too early. And Albino unable to get this out as he's driving off the ceiling. Bomb gets a touch over the last defender, but he can't quite get it on net. Keeps it up. 6 seconds left. The Lightning looking like they have dropped Game 5. And no overtime for us, but the Knights will take the series 3-2.
Yeah, good series win. 3 wins. Not too bad, I gotta say. Now they're pulling up. The Knights are pulling their series wins overall, 4-3. Tying the Lightning so far in the season, who also have a 4-3, now a 4-3 record. They were 4-2. But nothing to hang their heads over for the Lightning. Again, only, 2 wins, 3 losses? That's not the worst. You didn't get 4-1, you didn't get 5-0'd. You held your own, you kept it going. And with Zaz, nonetheless, a man from Egypt, surprised me tonight how well he did.
In the biggest thing that I want to note is that the Lightning stomped out in Game 1. The Knights then took that hit directly to the face, came back, won 2 games, and then dropped Game 4 and then won Game 5. So the mentality of the Knights to be able to stay with it, stay in the game, keep their heads alive, keep the positivity and the mentality there to continue winning even after they've lost, instead of going on a losing streak or dropping a series and then coming back and winning a couple games. It's definitely something admirable you like to see out of other players. But don't go anywhere. Stick around. We have more matches coming up to you next. Next up, we have Champion League, the Spartans, my boys, the Spartans, and the Blizzard. Don't go anywhere. Stick around.